Welcome to PBS 39 Scholastic Scrimmage. Scholastic Scrimmage is brought to you by the members of PBS 39 and by
Scholastic Scrimmage is sponsored by St. Luke's University Health Network, the region's leading provider of medical education. For more than 100 years, St. Luke's has been dedicated to educating physicians, nurses, and healthcare professionals. To learn more, call St. Luke's InfoLink, toll free at 866 St. Luke's, or visit sluhn.org.
Support for PBS 39's educational programming is provided by the Deluxe Corporation Foundation, proud to support quality programming on PBS 39.
And now your host, Dr. Karen Walton, Provost DeSales University.
Welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage. This is the 9th contest of the 2015-2016 academic year. It's also the 42nd year that PBS 39 has brought you this academic competition. I'm Karen Walton, and I'm delighted to be your host. From now until May, the best and brightest students from 31 schools will compete for the honor of being the Scholastic Scrimmage champions. At the end of the season, the 2 final teams will win scholarships for their schools from the Air Products Foundation. Let's meet the team from Northern Lehigh High School.
I'm Erica Algard, and I'm a senior.
I'm Megan Miller-Brown, and I'm a senior.
I'm Noah Frudenberger, and I'm a senior.
I'm Zach Rex, and I'm a senior.
Northern Lehigh's coach is Michael Latonen. And now the team from Devon Preparatory School.
I'm Connor DeFaber Schumacher, and I'm a senior.
I'm Sean Fulmer, and I'm a senior.
I'm Alexander Damian, and I'm a senior.
I'm Michael Bonfiglio, and I'm a junior.
Devon Prep's coach is Roger McCouch. The judges for today's contest are Sally Campbell, retired English teacher, and Dr. Gary DeLeo, professor of physics at Lehigh University. Remember that the questions on Scholastic Scrimmage demand rapid recall of factual information and are not necessarily indicative of academic training. We understand the rules, so let's begin the contest with a toss-up in world history. Which 2-word term used in the U.S. for a live and let live philosophy was used by the Soviet Union for a program advocating the evolutionary victory of capitalism? Peaceful coexistence. Toss-up in physics, multiple choice. A suspension bridge is composed of towers, cables connecting the towers, and a roadway suspended from the cables. Which of these 3 elements is under tension?
The cables.
Northern Lehigh?
The cables.
The cables is correct, and your bonus. A certain lever has a load arm of length 10 centimeters, jot that down, and an effort arm of length 2 centimeters. What was the value of the mechanical advantage of this lever? It is 2/10 or 0.2. Toss-up in American literature. As literary critic, Edgar Allan Poe established certain guidelines for this genre of literature. Its province should not be the treatment of beauty, but of truth. It should create a certain unique or single effect, and it should require from a half hour to 2 hours in its perusal in one setting. Name this genre that Poe describes. Devon?
Poetry.
Northern Lehigh? Noah?
Short story.
Short story is correct, and your bonus. One of Poe's most famous short stories concerns a man whose twin sister, Madeline, has been placed in the family vault before her death. Name this story in which Madeline's subsequent appearance triggers the ultimate catastrophe. Noah?
Fall of the House of Usher.
Yes, very scary. Next toss-up is in U.S. history. This question refers to which U.S. president After Colombia's rejection of a treaty giving the United States rights to a canal across the Isthmus of Panama, he supported a Panamanian revolt and then negotiated a similar treaty with the new nation. Northern Lehigh
Theodore Roosevelt.
is correct, and your bonus. I'll state what 2 U.S. presidents did after the retirement from that office, and for 5 points each, you name the president first. He ran for the president on the free soil ticket. Noah?
FDR.
Van Buren. Second, he became Chief Justice of the United States. It was William Howard Taft. Toss up in mathematics, algebra. What is the slope of the line whose y-intercept is -2 and whose x-intercept is +4? Devin?
-1/2.
Over to Northern Lehigh. It is +1/2. I think you realized what you had done. Yeah, good try, good try. Toss up in world literature, multiple choice. Homer's Iliad deals with which one of the following wars? Was it 1, the Punic War, 2, Peloponnesian War, 3, Trojan War, or Devon Prep
3, the Trojan War.
is correct. Bonus. For 5 points each, in the Iliad, what are the names of the Greek and the Trojan kings? Sean, the Greek king.
Agamemnon.
The Trojan king.
Priam.
Both are correct. Toss up in U.S. history. What Civil War general is known for the following quotation? I propose to fight it out on this line if it takes all summer. U.S. Grant. Toss up in U.S. geography. In which mountain range is Mount Rushmore? Devon Prep?
The Black Mountains.
The judges will accept the Black Hills, the Black Mountains. They will accept that. And your bonus is the following. For 5 points each, in what 2 states can you find the Black Hills? Sean?
North Dakota and South Dakota.
South Dakota and Wyoming, so you get 5 out of a possible 10 for your bonus points. Toss up in mathematics. Paper and pencil. Suppose you make a 120% enlargement on a copy machine. If the original document is 4 inches by 6 inches, what are the dimensions of the enlarged document? Devon Prep?
4.8 inches by 7.2 inches.
Right on, and your bonus. On the monitor, triangle ABC is not drawn to scale. If angle 1 is greater than angle 2, and angle 2 is greater than angle 3, what can you conclude about the relative lengths of sides BC and AB? Sean?
BC is greater than AB.
Yes. Toss up in world history, multiple choice. Which of the following people built the ancient city of Machu Picchu? Were they one? Devin Prep?
For the Incas.
That is correct. And your bonus. In what present-day country is Machu Picchu? Yes.
Peru.
Correct. Toss up in British literature. In what 20th century novel do we find the commandment, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others? Devin Prep?
Animal Farm.
Yes. Bonus. Orwell's fable is based on the Russian Revolution. Major represents Karl Marx for 5 points each. Who does the pig Napoleon represent? Sean?
Stalin.
Yes. Second. Who does the cart horse boxer represent? Sean?
Tolstoy.
The Soviet people. Toss up in mathematics. Solve the inequality on the monitor, which is 3x plus 4 is greater than 5x plus 2. Devin Prep?
X is less than 1.
Correct. And your bonus. Find the x and y intercepts of xy is equal to 4. Sean?
None.
None exist. It's a rectangular hyperbola. Next toss-up is in the arts. The undulating brushstrokes, the hot sun, and the overall busy surface of the painting on the monitor are all typical of the 19th century artist who created it. Who is he? Devin Prep?
Van Gogh.
That is correct. That is the wheat field picture. And your bonus, multiple choice. Which of the following artists is not a contemporary of Van Gogh? Is it 1, Gauguin, 2, Cézanne, 3, Vermeer, or 4, Rodin? Sean?
Cézanne.
It is Vermeer, 17th century Dutch. Chemistry, multiple choice. How many calories of energy must be absorbed by 1 gram of water to make its temperature rise by 1 degree Celsius? Is it Devin Prep?
4.181.
Is not correct. I will give the choices to Northern Lehigh. Is it 1? Zachary?
1.
You are correct. Your bonus. Answer the following questions about thermodynamics. If it takes 100 calories of energy to raise the temperature of a sample of water from 25 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, how many calories are required to raise the temperature of the same sample from 50 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius? Noah?
200.
Correct. Toss up in U.S. geography. The longest known cave system in the world is found in the United States. Name it. That is Mammoth Cave. Toss up in world history. The Colossus of Rhodes was completed in 282 BC to honor the gods of the sun. Name that god. Helios. Toss up in American literature. Who said, "To be great is to be misunderstood"? That That was Ralph Waldo Emerson. Toss up in mathematics. The length of each side of a rectangle is twice the length of the corresponding side of another rectangle. How do the areas of the rectangles compare? Devon Prep?
The area of the first is 4 times the area of the second.
Correct. And your bonus. For 5 points each, find the coordinates of the center and find the radius of the circle with a diameter with endpoints 1, 1 and -1, -1. Sean, what are the coordinates of the center?
0, 0.
And the radius?
The square root of 2.
Is correct. It is halftime. The halftime score is Devon Prep 125, Northern Lehigh 50. In the first round, we asked the students to tell us something about a mentor they might have or a role model. So let's start with Northern Lehigh. Erica.
My role model would be my dad. We do so much together on the weekends.
What do you like to do on the weekends?
Well, we're into competitive shooting.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'd go and travel around and do that on the weekends.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Megan.
My role model's name is Israel Moore. She just moved out of our district her senior year, and she's been really brave with the whole thing. And it's
Okay, thank you. Noah?
My role model is my brother, Christian Frudenberger, and he's an ensign in the United States Navy.
Thank you. Zachary?
My role model would be my Aunt Mary Ann. She served in the Marine Corps for 22 years, and I like everything about her. She's awesome.
Wonderful. Connor?
My role model would be my grandmother because she's tough as nails and she doesn't let anybody push her around.
Good for her. Good for her. Sean?
Mine would be my teacher, Mr. McCouch, is in the audience. He's taught me so much about biology and anything about science. It's been a great time.
Thank you. Alexandra?
Mine would be both of my parents. I guess that's cheating, but they just inspired like intellectual curiosity, especially in math and computer science, and I thank them for that.
Thank you. Michael?
My role model would probably be my mother, just because of everything she does to help me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Let's continue with the toss-up in physics. What does the acronym LASER mean? Light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, laser. Next toss-up is in Pennsylvania history with a video question.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania was founded in rich colonial history. Give the year and the religious group that founded this city.
Devon Prep?
1741 by the Moravians.
That is correct. And your bonus. Founded over 250 years ago, Bethlehem became known by what nickname? Sean?
The Steel City.
Christmas City.
Oh.
Toss-up in U.S. history. What war was concluded by the Treaty of Ghent? Devon Prep?
War of 1812.
Bonus. What major battle of the War of 1812 was fought after the Treaty of Ghent was signed? Sean?
The Battle of New Orleans.
Yes. The next question is in language arts. In 2004, Lehigh County Executive Jay Irvin, in a Morning Call editorial, wrote about bringing baseball to the Lehigh Valley. Quote, "Can we break the curse? And in our case, that curse is parochialism that has dogged our efforts for years," end of quote. Provide a synonym for parochialism in this context. It means narrow-mindedness or tunnel vision in this case. Next toss-up is in chemistry. What is the only element that does not have a neutron in its nucleus? Northern Lehigh?
Hydrogen.
Yes, and your bonus. How many isotopes does hydrogen have? Noah?
1.
It has 3, protium, deuterium, tritium. Toss up in mathematics. What is the base 4 logarithm of 128? 128. It's 3.5. Next toss-up is in chemistry. The hydration of the hydrogen ion forms an ion called what? The hydronium atom. Next toss-up is in grammar. There are 3 types of conjunctions: coordinating, correlative, and what other? Subordinating. Toss up in mathematics, multiple choice. Which number on the monitor is an irrational number? Is it A, radical 49, B, Devon Prep?
D.
It is D, radical 14 is irrational. And your bonus, multiple choice. If n is an odd integer, which of the following is an even integer? N squared, 2n minus 1, n squared minus n, or 2n plus 1. Sean?
C.
C. N squared minus n. Next toss-up is in U.S. history. In the U.S. Civil War, the 1861 Battle of Bull Run is also known as what? Devon Prep?
The Battle of Manassas Courthouse.
Yes. And your bonus. Which amendment to the Constitution abolished slavery in the United States? Sean?
The 13th Amendment.
Correct. Toss up in algebra. Paper and pencil. If a boy spends 1/3 of his money, loses 2/3 of the remainder, and has $4 left, how much money did he have in the beginning? Northern Lehigh?
36.
Devon Prep? Sean?
$12.
$18. Toss up in world literature. In Goethe's great drama, Faust, by what name is the devil known? Northern Lehigh?
Lucifer?
Devon Prep? Mephisto, or Mephistopheles. Next toss-up is in world geography. Name the mountain range located at the northern border of India. Northern Lehigh?
The Himalayas.
Yes, and your bonus for 5 points each. First, name the tallest mountain in the Himalayas. Noah?
Mount Everest.
Yes. In what country is Mount Everest located? Nepal. Toss up in biology. This scientist conducted experiments on pea plants. Northern Lehigh?
Mendel.
Good for you. And your bonus. Name the American horticulturalist who was famous for the creation of the russet potato through his genetic experimentation. Luther Burbank. Next toss-up is in British literature. Alexander Pope wrote this mock epic poem to stop a real feud between two families. Name it. The Rape of the Lock of hair. Next toss-up is in mathematics. Solve for x the equation on the monitor, which is the quantity 2x plus 5 to the 1/2 power equals, Devin Prep?
2.
You are correct. And for your bonus, if y is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 8, for what values of x will y equal 2? Sean?
2 and 3.
Correct. Toss up in U.S. history. In 1964, which United States presidential candidate used the symbol AU H2O as Northern Lehigh?
Barry Goldwater.
Yes. Bonus. During the 1964 presidential campaign, the Democrats ran an infamous television commercial against Barry Goldwater showing a young girl doing what when she was interrupted by the mushroom cloud of a nuclear explosion? Noah?
Counting flower petals?
Yes, pulling petals off a flower, yes. Toss up in the arts. Pictured on the monitor is a photograph of 3 famous tenors. Name 2 of them. My very favorite CD, Placido Domingo, Luciano Pivarato, and Jose Carreras. The contest is over. The final score is Devin Prep 215, Northern Lehigh 95. Our thanks to Northern Lehigh High School for participating. Congratulations to Devin Prep. We'll see you in a second round later in the season. Thank you for watching and supporting these excellent students. Please join us next week for another contest on Scholastic Scrimmage.
Scholastic Scrimmage is brought to you by the members of PBS 39 and by
Support for PBS 39's educational programming is provided by the Deluxe Corporation Foundation, proud to support quality programming on PBS 39.